again, we usually see what post. Zingine tuna record just for later use ama for references. Ama in case mtu aulize how do you do your stuff? Yeah, we usually have the videos as proof. Kuna wale tulikuwa tumeanza nao before we went for a break, tulikuwa na break in between, but niliona tukikam back it will be watu wengi tulisema only 1 week pekee, so niliona ni poa tuanze tena from the very beginning tukisonga namna hiyo. So I think as we wait for the rest, it will be good if tujiintroduce, kama unaweza fungua your mic and just say maybe your name and a few details about yourself. Yeah, tukisonga in seconds actually. Tuanze na wewe Clinton because I know you.
Okay, what exactly are we to say? Just the name or something else?
You can just say the name, kama una story mingi, or the name and something else.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm Clinton Semebag. Yeah, just a normal guy interested in ethical hacking and stuff. Yeah, just that.
Okay, sawa. Nienda nani next? Flonsi.
Hi everybody, my name is Flonsi ELPO-TECH and I come from Nakuru.
Sawa. Then I'll go to this guy Anjita Lagzi or something.
Hello,
Hello.
ni Lucy.
Oh,
Lucy.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Lucy, welcome. Then I'm also seeing Ijira ni ngumu kusoma. Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe your name. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Beryl Wasonga. Yeah, just like that.
Okay, sawa. Welcome, Beryl and the rest. Okay, so but kama uko pia place noisy, sometimes if I ask a question and you feel like responding, you can, kuna option ya kuchat, si lazima utumie mic, ama kama uko na kitu ya kwanzane, tukisonga unaweza type hapo. So today I'm just to introduce you to the course and how we do our things. People think tunaifanya actually meeting inakwanga only something like 40%. 60% of our work is from site. We have a learning management system. I'm just seeing a few people want to join, but I'll go back to them. Tunatumianga two options. We have a learning management system, which I'll introduce you. Kuna form nilitolea group asubuhi. If you fill that form, you are a user in that system. You should be able to log in after this meeting. Then tunakuanga na this Zoom meeting there. So we have Classroom, which is now the learning management system, where you'll be having, if it's notes, if it's videos like this one, if it's reference materials or anything about the course, they'll all be there. Assignment, pia zitakuwa huko, and something else we call discussion. Discussion was nakuwa held every week. I'll open the portal in a moment. Naongoja tu watu wajae kidogo. Discussions nakuanga every week. So wiki inakuanga imejipanga hivi. In a week kuna a discussion and at least one assignment. They can be 2, they can be 3, but at least one assignment. So every week by default you have 2 tasks. One is your discussion, the other one is your assignment. Inaweza kuwa moja ama number of them. All of them have deadlines, starting date na ending date. Kama za week 1 zilianza jana, zinaisha this week, next week Sunday, which is this coming Sunday. Then for discussion, ni just how you interact with the rest of your friends, because the meeting up, I'll be doing most of the talking. But kwa discussions, I mean, hapo ndio you get to ask question to your colleagues. If you have anything, maybe research ukapata something new, you can post it there. Then they'll be able to reply. Yeah, me somewhere you get engaged with your friends and also your instructor. And also still on the same point, on top of your classroom, tuko na option here, ask your instructor, which I'll show you. That portion of ask your instructor, kama uko na swali yenye your friends can't answer, you can simply ask your instructor. Maybe ni umekwama, assignment haifunguki, upload imekataa, such kind of question. For this course, I'm your instructor. Then tuko na somebody else called admin. Is called Timothy Karanja. I always make it to this meeting. But most of your emails and updates zitakuwa zinakuja na jina yake. You'll be seeing that. So in case ukwame in terms of login, ama ume login, then it can't log out, kitu kama hiyo. If you go to your profile, there's a place where you can contact the admin. Maybe it's to reset your account, or maybe you want to change something, or you're having a trouble with your application, because the learning management system is on a mobile application and desktop application, but still there's a web application for anyone who doesn't want to use that. For example, what I'll be using will be a web application that anyone with a phone or computer that is connected to the internet, you can access. Nilikuwa nangoja time yes watu waingie, so I think I'll just move to the portal tuanze na hiyo, then we talk a number of things. So as I launch that, and you forgive me, I'm using a number of screens. So my camera is here, I'm using this other one, na pia kuna hii screen, but this one is much better for me. So usiona ni kama mwalimu leo ameangalia kando, hatutaki kutuona, nope. Okay. Ni screen tu ziko ni mbili tu lakini zinanichanganya. Okay, so let me open up and I'll share my screen so that each one of you can be able to see what I'm doing. Which screen am I using? This one. So kuna domain I'll give you. So the domain is ethical hacking. Hacking one, because this is part one. Dot modulecloud.com. Yeah, and if you notice the domain ni tofauti kiasi na ilikuwa natumia before. We usually change from time to time. Actually, they are not domains, they are subdomains. We have the main domain here, ELPO. So easy, it wasn't a change. Nile, we had limited that so that every subdomain inajisimamia. Kama watu wa Java wako na yao ya Java kando, watu wa web wako na yao web kando, but tukaona ni poa tuzi merge up so that if I click ethical hacking, yes, it is taking me to ethical hacking, but in case I'm doing two courses, I'll be able to access the rest from the same portal. Hautaji ku log out, log in kwa ingine. So there's a form you are filling today. Kama uja feel is no problem. After this meeting, you can still fill. Iko pale kwa group na nitaituma tena. That form kuna details ulikuwa unajaza, including profile picture, kitu kama hiyo. Then there's one particular detail ilikuwa inauliza about preferred username. Preferred username is what you'll enter from this portal. Hapo kwa username. I'll just use an example of dummy. Then the default password is pen test 1. Pen test for penetration testing. Pen test, just pen test. But ndawatumia that default password. If you log in for the first time, it will prompt you to change your password, which I'll highly advise you to do. But in case you don't, it will force you, by the way. You'll have to change your password to something that will be easier for you and something more convenient. Pen testing is a universal password. Then after entering your password, you'll have to accept some of the policy. Let me reset this account, then I'll show you. I'll just reset it, then I'll be able to show you what I mean. But once you do that, it will land you to our dashboard. Inakaa namna hii. So if this is where you land the first time after you log in. Let me just check on home. So from home, if kama enroll courses kadhaa, they'll all be here. So if you pass through kuna computer networking 2, of course what we are doing right now. Kuna Python, kuna watu wa Python, kuna Java, kuna web design, and some 2 more others which are not visible from this side. This is just something dummy to use. They'll all be available here. So the courses you have enrolled or the courses you're taking, because najua kuna a number of people, I'll send you those details. Ile password ndawatumia, but let me just write it. It's called pen test. So I can see that. So in case you enroll 2 or more courses, zitakuwa ziko hapa. Kama hii ni by default ni enroll 2 moja. So it's computer network. Under my courses is what you'll be seeing. Then 0% complete juu haijaanza ama sijaanza. But if you tukimaliza wiki 1 utaona percentage kana increase, kiasi kana increase as we move along. Oh, it's okay. Simon, it's okay. We'll go. You are among the first people to join us. So most of what we are doing, you're still at done, but ni sawa tu, ni vizuri ku repeat. So this will be your site, but I'm coming back to this. So let me just explain the whole thing, then I'll go to it. So as I said before, to those who joined earlier, this whole course takes 10 weeks. Inachukua 10 weeks. And a week runs from, initially tulikuwa tumeka ina run from Tuesday, this week Tuesday, to the other week on Monday, alafu inaisha. But because of someone doing multiple courses, tukaona to change to something standard, so irudi to something normal that it can fit kwa kila mtu, for both instructors and students. So currently a week begins on a Monday and ends on a Sunday. So leo ni Monday, so leo ni week 1. Ikifika Sunday, week 1 ends and week 2 starts at midnight of that same Sunday. This course may divide mara mbili. Kuna the first part which we concentrate on computer networking. Then you have the second part which now concentrates specifically on ethical hacking, but in procedural form, because ethical hacking is a procedure, is a step. Kuna first step, second, hivyo tukienda hivyo. So the second part which talks about the steps, tumeipanga hivyo. So in this first session of computer networking 2, you'll get a chance to learn about basic networking concept, most of which umefanya. Kama week 1 hii najua most of it umefanya. Introduction to networks, structure of a network, devices in a network. Then we shall go ahead to learn about something we call addressing or IP addressing in a network. How does device A recognize device B? Kitu kama hiyo. Then we'll move to internet, a little bit of internet, but I usually talk in terms of cloud computing. Like how is a small network related to the bigger network, which is the internet? Yeah. Then of course a few protocols that run on the internet and small networks, systems that run on a network. Yeah, just to get a basic understanding of e-network tuna hack inakaaje, ama the network you're testing, how does it look like? You'll agree with me that if you are a robber, okay, sorry, if I was a robber, which I'm not, na na plan kwenda mali kurob, of course I won't go blindly and start robbing. I'll first of all get to understand where I'm robbing and how they operate. So that's the whole thing we are doing. Sisi ni ethical robbers, tumepewa ruhusa ya kurob, so we shall first of all understand how this robbing is done. Then we shall find one example to use, ama to test from. But don't get bored with computer networking. I'm sure most of this stuff mtafanya, most of you mjafanya. Like I'll be using simulation tools and a few programs. If you've done Cisco, most of them ni familiar. If you haven't, don't worry. This is how I'll show you. So we shall be using 2. I'll show you how they run. So most of the work tutakuwa tunafanya theoretically, we shall be doing them practically via the simulation tool. Like designing a network tutaifanya theoretically using a program. I'll give you the name. Then practically we shall also do it using another tool called a packet tracer or a packet simulation tool. Then kuna things to do with configuration ya network. We shall do it practically using the same simulation tool. So sijali, we want to see theory to pekee, it's more practical than theory. Then again, I also explained that we are dividing this course mara mbili. Yes, and again we are doing it in two ways. Kuna these Zoom meetings, which like what we're doing now. Na limit in 80 minutes. Limit kwa 80 minutes. Meeting ni 80 minutes. Kuna first 40 minutes, then kuna break of around 3 to 5 minutes. Then kuna another 40 minutes. That is one session. In a week, we shall have at most 3 sessions. That is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But some of the weeks, tunaweza meet maybe twice or once in a week. But at least we have to meet at least once in a week. So wiki kama hiyo, we shall be doing more kama week 3 ama 4. Tuta meet maybe once or twice, because we shall be concentrating more on the simulation tool. Every week tutakuwa na hizi meeting, of course. Then on Tuesday, and these are the days that we are not on the meeting, we shall be doing everything from the learning management system. What I'm showing you here, and we are using Module. If you used Module before, najua watu wengi walikuwa wanasoma online back in 2020 walitumia Module, but it was different from what we're using now. This one is a little bit customized in terms of colors and everything, but it's still the same. So sisi tunatumia Module. I'll give you the domain. So Module ndio classroom yako. So once you log in, kuna courses. There are a number of courses, but for you specifically, we shall be concentrating on computer networking 2. So once you click on your course, itakufungulia classroom. So classroom, even though imejipanga in terms of weeks, right from I don't know if the whole thing is visible. Yeah, but I'm hoping the whole of my browser is visible. Kuanzia hapa juu, okay, kuna I can do this. Okay, from top here, under course, kuna general, this is just general announcement. Kama kutakuwa na, you'll be seeing it here. Ask your instructor if you have, it's not yet active, but ikikuwa active, you'll see something you call a forum. Forum iko na hii logo na color. Anything you see with this logo and color is called a forum. Forum ni a discussion. Anytime you want to chat, like in a classroom, this is what we'll be using. It's called a forum. So ask your instructor, you'll get to ask question pertaining the course to your instructor, which is me. In case ukwame na assignment, ama ukwame na notes, ama anything, unauliza tu, there'll be a forum here, you click on it and you post your question. Then of course I'll be able to respond. Then course outline, this one I don't think sidhani kama itaweka kitu yote, because course outline inajipanga tu venye hivi imejipanga. From general, ask your instructor, course outline week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 5. Then below we have what we call materials and resources. So any materials and resources we shall be required to use, zote zitapatikana hapa. If it's a file we have to download, like this one is called a Cisco packet tracer, okay, click it to download. If it's a link that takes us somewhere else to download something, it will be there. But for these 5 weeks, we shall be using only these 2 applications, which I'll advise you to download as early as possible. This is a Cisco packet tracer, it's a file, so just download meanwhile. This one is what we call a draw.io. It's a link if you're using Windows, and I'll advise all of us to please make sure at least uko na Windows. hata kama si primary operating system, you can still install it in a, using VM and be able to use it, because Draw.io, it only works for Windows. So these two applications, hii moja Draw.io ni for network designs. Kuchora tu diagram ni kama clipart, ni kuchora tu, haina kitu ingine, rectangle hapo, square hapo, line hapo, but this one is specifically for networks, because ukitaka simple ya a computer or a router or a cable, any device tunatumia kwa network is found in that tool. Someone has a question? Yes. Ilikuwa swali. Oh. Okay, my bad. That is a question. Anyway, ni sawa. Where was I explaining? Oh, nilikuwa nasema Draw.io ni just network design. I'll show you one, by the way. And you have a project which is a very simple thing. You need to design a very simple small network using this tool. Then you'll the Cisco packet tracer, and that will be the simulation tool. Anytime tunataka to simulate a network with two devices, alafu to connect to test, we shall be using it. It's a very good tool, by the way. It's not entirely free, but don't worry. Kama kuna details watataka ama credential, we shall avail them for you for free. Cisco packet tracer, it's a network, it's a simulation, but it's a network. Iko na computers, those computers have operating system. You'll be able to power on a computer and power off. Kuna connection cables, if you want to use a fiber cable, if you want to use an Ethernet cable, ziko huko zote. So anything that you can do it physically on a network, you can do it on that simulation tool. Be it you're in an office, alafu amekwambia hii computer unataka connect kwa network, alafu sijui configure nini. Yeah, you should be able to do that with the simulation tool. Usually when you design a network for an organization, like a school, ukiwa designing a network, you'll require a simulation of their network so that they can know, ama you can tell kama hii kitu nimedesign can be implemented na ifanye kazi mzuri, and in case they get something like a trouble within their network, how they may go about it. So the simulation will enable you to know. Na pia in terms of range, unaweza design network ya shule kubwa, maybe office A and office B, they are something like even 300 meters apart. So how do I do that? So once you have drawn your diagram, tunaenda kwa simulation tool and you draw the same, but this time you will be able to configure it with the IP you shall be using it. Then utakuwa able to test connection. So connection ikikataa kwa simulation tool, that means in the actual network, if you do it, pia itakataa. So if you be able to correct it, that means you also correct flow to your actual site. I'm saying we only have something like 10 minutes to our first break. But by the way, limit to 40 minutes kwa sababu Zoom haitukubali to have a meeting more than 40 minutes. So that's what we limit to 40. So in 10 minutes, to log out kidogo, I mean to log out. Then for 3 minutes, you can take a cup of water, you can do something, then after those 2-3 minutes, log in back. Okay, log in back is kata itakubali. Then we continue from there. But that one is in 8 minutes. Okay, so nilikuwa nataka kureset hii account, so allow me to do it. Set this account. And if you have a question, ni mzuri tu ulize as we move along. Let me just reset the dummy account. Then something else before nisahau kusema. This course ni kafupi sana. 10 weeks is very small for someone who's doing cybersecurity, especially ethical hacking. So I really encourage you to do research. So kitu tunafanya in 1 week, kuna mtu anaifanya in 3 months. So you can weigh and see. So if you don't commit yourself to doing a lot of research, you will finish the course, yes, but in terms of content you'll be limited. Utakuwa tu na rumor ya ethical hacking. Mtu akikuuliza kitu, you have an idea but you can't actually implement it because we didn't do much of it. Like most of things I'll be giving you need just juju, but you can take your time because you have, out of 7 days, you have 4 more days to do that. So let me just especially this first part, especially part ya kwanza penye tunasoma just basic networks. I've touched something about protocols. We won't do much of it. I'll just talk about it. But in terms of actually practically implementing one, maybe HTTP. Hizo zingine mtu yangu takes much time, which we don't have. Then something else about the site. It's most of things ni automatic. Kama kufungua wiki 1 ikiisha inafungua wiki 2 automatic, na pia inafungua automatic depending on week 1. If you're around 16, so if at least 8 of you can complete week 1 task, itafungua week 2. Otherwise it won't. It will just give me a notification that more than 50% of you haven't done the previous week stuff, which again isn't good. Then juu kila wiki iko na, every week iko na every kuna task. If you can perform this task, let me hope out it. Oh, okay, so that's my message. I was saying, in case you discussion week 1 ukuperform, kuna assignment uliwacha ama ukafanya but ukafail kidogo, and to pass those things by the is very easy. See vitu ngumu. It will be giving you something called yellow card. So if you get an email of a yellow card, that means you underperform. So if you get ikikupatia mara mbili, it will automatically remove you from the course, but it will give you email. So kama ulikuwa umelipa, of course it will tell you to contact the admin blah blah blah, but don't worry, once eliminate mtu huwa ina notify, so we shall be able to reach out to you tukuulize, mtu yangu nawezana ama tukutolee mzigo. But again, really commit yourself. But see kitu ngumu, let me show you how easy it is. If you, for example, week 1, discussion ni 100%. Discussion ni something you can research, you can Google, and 50% of that comes from you responding to your friends. Nikireply mtu tunasema tu yeah, whatever you said is very true, I also did blah 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 blah. You get 50% of that discussion. Then if you post, even if you post nonsense, which I don't encourage you to post nonsense, it is 30% out of 50. So kama hakuna mtu mwenye, tuseme nyinyi wote mnafanya course ya business, hamjui anything to do with computer, in a discussion, literally you can get 80% by just replying and just posting something. That one is easy. Then your assignments, ni vitu unaweza fanya research. Then to limit grading sana, we don't tighten you so much. Kama zile tunafanyanga shule za mtu anakuambia uende sijui utafute sijui research gani from which, no, they're just basic things of which kama pia ukikwama unatuuliza, you just ask, hii kitu fulani imekwamisha hapa na hapa, I'll be able to respond to you, nikwambie hiyo fanya namna hii ama wachana na kitu kama hiyo. So let me just put in this basic user. Najaribu kureset so that you log in afresh so that you people see what I mean once you log in. Then again, if you haven't filled that, if you didn't fill that that form nilituma kwa group kwa wenye umetujoin that is from Friday, kama umetujoin juzi, make sure you fill that form. For those who are there before, don't need, just whatever you filled before, it is still there. Yeah, I think this one is great. I can use this one. I think after the break I'll show you how to log in. Juu hii ingine nilipata ikiwa already ishalogiwa hii. I'll show you how to log in and do your first change of password and a few other stuff. Then from there, I think we shall be cool. Then I'm really insisting on this module side, this learning management side, because that's where most people fail. Ile group tulikuwa before, most of them walikuwa natolewa, not because they don't know, but simply because they couldn't handle the side, which is very easy. Yeah, so once I show you that discussion, iko na instruction, please read the instruction, and make sure you do what it says. Kama kuna assignment iko na deadline, please make sure you check the deadline of each of those assignments and make sure you meet them. In case deadline inafika na bado kidogo uchanini, you notify the admin ama you notify me so that naweza kuextendia time yako. But ni mimi niko na limit only 1 week. Admin anaweza kuwa na more. But I can only extend your deadline by 1 week peke yake. Challenge participant. Then ilikuwa mtu na swali, but that was last time, that kama unaweza enroll to these other, kama unaweza access the other courses from this site now that tumemaje. Before ilikuwa possible juu ukifungua courses unaona tu hiyo moja pekee, but now ukifungua home you'll see a number of courses actually that are related to the course you're doing. Of course huwezi ona course ya hesabu na wewe ufanye vitu na hesabu. For example, you're doing computer networks too, utaona vitu related to networking kama web design na a few programming languages zote, just a few of them. So yeah, I think this one is okay. From break, I think tuta log in, then tuone venye nafanya. So break ni only 2-3 minutes, please come back immediately, ndo tusonge haraka. And if you have a question, you can save it for after break. So I'm just gonna let it log out, then log in after 2 to 3 minutes. I think the rest will join us as we move along. Oh, did I share my screen? I think I shared my screen. Okay, so I think my browser should be visible to you right now. So that form you are filling, your preferred username in small letters. Umeandika na capital letter, ukamix na small letter, umeandika numbers mixed with letters, ni sawa. All of it is in small letters for the alphabetic. Kunanga small letter number. Then kama ulikuwa umeacha space, just shikanisha. For example, kama yangu nilikuwa nimeka Mukwe space Duncan, just write Mukwe Duncan kama umeshikanisha, because it doesn't take capital letters and it doesn't take spaces. So kama ulikuwa umeweka space, ina squeeze. Kama ulikuwa umeanza na capital letter, inaweka small letter. But if you get a problem, you can just still contact me, then I check it out for you, because kama huwezi access your site, huwezi access admin pia. But once you log in, of course, details admin zitakuwa kwa including email. So if you want to contact and ask something more, from there, you want to unarudi kweli. Your username, hiyo ulijaza hapo preferred username, ndio unaweka hapa, it is whatever you wrote. This is just something dummy for demonstration. Default password nitawatumia kwa group, but if you can hear me, is pen test. PENTEST, pen test. Then if nimeweka correct kweli, mbona nashuku mkono wako? Then test. Yeah. Then you click on login. So you can do it with your phone, ni sawa, kwa browser. You can do it on your laptop, it's okay. Alternatively, you can download desktop application or mobile application, but you have to log in for the first time. So this one is for everyone. Do away with this. Your current password is the one who will log in, so it's still pen test. Then you'll put your new password, whatever you choose to put there. Wait, but you can't repeat the same password. Then at any particular time when you are working with this module, make sure you log out. If you don't log out, watch log in. With time itakulog out yenyewe. Then ukikuja kulog in, it will tell you your password is wrong. Ama ukilog in, it will take you back to this screen to change your password, because ukiacha, there are millions of people who use module, by the way. So if you leave your account just open, it's a risk to us. So hiyo ni security mechanism iko hapo by default. So you click on change, save changes after we change. Really. Then if you click continue, of course the name of the school, blah blah blah. This is just a privacy notice. Make sure you read, but I know none of you read, but you'll read like I have read this one. So you read all of this, blah blah blah. They're just stories. Just make sure you take a check. Then you click on next. You also read reading. Then you click on next. Then on the third, you click the first one, second. On the third screen, just make sure you agree to the module cloud policy, and also you agree to the module cloud cookies policy. Then you click on next. So from there, you should be able to open now your dashboard for the first time. So this is the first time you're logging in. This is what you see. Because you're already enrolled in ethical hacking, hapa kwa timeline you'll be seeing Sunday 20th August is the deadline for introduce yourself activity, which again, don't worry. Once you're here, you should be seeing your profile picture here. And if you're not seeing your profile picture, you should be worried. It's a reason to be worried. Or you're seeing a different picture. That means at the end of the course, some of the grades you'll be getting CISACO. So make the picture you set as your preferred profile photo. Then to begin with, let me just nianzie hapa home. If you click on home, as I said earlier, there are a number of courses related to your courses, only related. So we have computer networking 2, which is your course. Instructor's name will be there. That is my name. Then again, Python programming. None of you is doing Python programming. Instructor's name is there, Timothy Karanja. Kuna Java. Some of you are doing Java, by the way. I think around 4 guys from your course are doing also Java. So again, I'm still the instructor. Then kuna hizi zingine web design, zingine hazijashow hapa, but yeah, there are number with so not so many students, 2, 3, zingine 5, zingine 10, around there, but yeah, they'll be here. If you don't know your course, don't click here, simply click on my courses. So if you click on your courses, only the courses you have enrolled, ama you have been enrolled, they'll show here. Come for this dummy student, I mean dummy, just not dummy for full. For this dummy student, by default, I'm enrolled to computer networking 2, what we're doing now. But come enroll computer networking 2 and Java or Python or web design, they'll all be listed here. Win moja tu, so they're only seeing one. So from here, you click on it. You can click on the image, you can click on the name, Once you click on it, it will open your classroom, ama your course page. So So this is how your classroom looks like once you click on your course. On your left hand side is your navigation, which again is your course outline. When your course imejipanga from right from top, ask your instructor, course outline, week 1, and you can see pia ina follow track. Kama week 1 imeweka this week in blue. Tukienda week 2, you'll see this week in week 2. It's able to track up to week 5. Then below, let me use this one. The middle part is now where the actual meeting is done. Below kuna materials and resources, and I said anything that is of assistance to the course zitapatikana huko. For start, we have those 2 programs I told you you'll have to install as early as possible. Ukipata trouble installing them, don't worry, you can contact me. There'll be others. Material and resources zitaongezwa if a textbook maybe, or maybe a video interesting you need to look at. I'll add them there hapo chini. For week 1, because you're under week 1, or before nifike week 1, tulisema ask your instructor if you have a question about the course, about an assignment, about discussion, about a material. Just come to your ask your instructor. There'll be what we call a forum. Forum ndio tunatumia for discussion. So anytime you see forum with this logo, iko mtu alisahau kufinya hiyo kitu. Let me check. Someone using Galaxy's A02. To mute. Just to avoid it. If you want to have your mic on, just make sure you are in a very silent place. Kama yangu, kama unasikia kelele huku, unless humming ya stima. So I humbly request the Galaxy A02 person to just mute if the place is noisy. Okay, so then under course outline, I told you this one, there are very high chance haitafunguka ama something to pop up there because it is still the same thing you're seeing here that you expect to be your course outline. So course outline, your introduction, IP addressing 1, IP addressing 2, cloud computing, and I think this one is another cloud computing too, probably. Under every week, kama tuko week 1, unazaona week 1 imefunguka with a number of activities. We have introduced yourself, which is again, it's a forum. And I'm saying and repeating, anytime you see this forum thing and this icon, that means that one is a discussion. So whether a discussion, week 1 discussion, or just the forum, it's a discussion and you have to participate. Below it, you can see the due date. This one is due on Sunday. That means I still have days to tackle it. Then I'm seeing a file here, which again is week 1 overview. It's supposed to come on top before the forum. But in every week, you'll be having what we call an overview. So an overview of the week, itakuambia activities you have to do that week. Kama kuna any pending assignments for that week and previous week, you shall be able to see it in week overview. And also, kama kuna vida ama notes yenye unafaa usome, something to research on your own, all of it itakuwa under week 1 of it. In short, kama ujui kitu ya kufanya, like literally ujui kitu ya kufanya, in any week, just click on week 1 overview. Nikiklik ita download. Once in a download, just read whatever it's there. It's not that visible, but yeah, you can click this download button here and download. Once you download, utasoma tu iko na a few details. I won't go into it because you should be able to do that. Week 1 ikiisha, week 2 itafunguka. Sasa ukijaribu kuifungua we mwenyewe haina kitu, ina just pop up. There's nothing. But once tumefika week 2 itajifungua, as I said, automatic. Under this condition that 8 of you, because you're 16, a half of you will be able to complete week 1 task. Itangua week 2. If not, itaniambia nifungue manually. That means most of you are underperforming in terms of the activity. Na hii kitu take time yako, you can simply open and just, kama hii ni introduction usha participate, just click on mark as done hivyo. Yeah, if you partake on something, just click on it. Kama hii si assignment, ni kitu inafaa download, so just click on mark as done. Zingine ukiklik itakata because itataka uattempt kwanza ndio ijitike yenyewe automatic. Again, which you have to do. So for discussion in every week, you will click on it first, like so. Then it will open instruction for that discussion. Like this one is week 1. Hapa chini inaandika due date, then below it kuna instruction which says, in this discussion, introduce yourself to the class by stating your name, a few details about yourself like place, passion, and your expectation in this course. Yeah, these are the instruction. So as much as you'll be typing something, you type with respect to whatever it said. So ikisema start by stating your name, usianze na kusema MCA wetu anaitwa hivi. No, the instruction says your name. A few details about yourself, like place, passion. Yeah, si lazima uweke kila kitu. You can say, I am Muko Duncan, I come from Nairobi, I come from Chuka, or I come from Siaya or Kitale. My passion iko kwa hizi vitu za networking, just something like so. Or you can talk about my hobby is running away at night. That's a hobby. Or maybe my hobby is writing or drawing, ni sawa. Kitu kama then add something more kama uko nayo. Then your expectation in this course, I expect to know this and that and that. At the end of this course, na hope takuwa namna hii. That's the expectation. So before you post, and posting tunasema you add a discussion. So if you're posting for the first time, kama kuna mtu hapa anaitwa Evans Nchagi asha post kitambo ya week 1, which is good. So nikitaka kureply, siwezi reply kama sija post. I think it's something I have to make it default. So you click on add discussion topic. Hapo kwa subject unaweza weka kitu yote. Hii ni week 1, so I can fill week 1 discussion. Kama mlikuwa mnaongelea maybe IP address, mnaweza weka IP addressing. Kama uko completely blank on subject, just write week 1 discussion, week 2 discussion, ama just discussion. Then below here under message is now where you type. Yeah, like hello, I'm dummy student. So you will just type anything here, and of course whatever you're typing here, you're answering these questions here. You start by stating your name. Yeah, hello, I'm dummy student. Of course, that is my name. A few details about yourself, you'll add here. Gibberish. Yeah, then kuna editor hapa, ukitaka kuedit, weke something ikuwe bold, italics, usijui underline, ni kama tu add. If you want to add a picture just to show us how you look like, so that tukujue more, no harm. There's an icon here for image. So if you click on it, you'll be able to insert image. Nilianza na kusema last, wale walikuwa before, they are around 10 guys. The before we were using a different domain. Tulikuwa natumia ELPO-TECH 1, but we said because tulitaka to group hizi vitu zote mahali pamoja, because kuna watu wanafanya more than one course, tukaziweka under one umbrella, which is now ethical hacking 1. So ethical hacking 1 ukifungua itakufungulia courses zote. Kama unafanya 6 zitakuwa hapo zote 6. Kama unafanya 2 ziko hapo. But if you open the previous one, ELPO ethical hacking 1, you'll only see one course, which is ethical hacking peke yake. So if you open that one, ni sawa itakufungulia hiyo. Then I think after tulienda break, nili reset password ya kila mtu to the default. So Mugo, I think after this session, just use your username when ulikuwa umejaza with the default password pen test, itakufungulia. Then you shall be using this domain, ethicalhacking1.modulecloud.com. But nitatuma kwa group, so no harm. Okay, so nilikuwa nasema discussion, whatever you write here, don't write your stuff. Just make sure you're answering this question. Kama ni swali ngumu, do research. Kuja jibu hapo, but of course hazitakuwa maswali ngumu. If you need a picture, you need to add, click there. If you need to record an audio or tusikie sauti yako pia tusikie venye unaongea, you can do it from here. Simply, I think click on it, then you can click on start recording. If it's a video again, utafungua hapo video, itakufungulia video. I can't open the video because I'm using this camera, which is still that camera. Anything attachment unataka kuongeza kama PDF to support your statement, you can do it. Once you're done, utakuja hapa chini, then you click on post forum. Once you post, you have something like 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes to edit if you want to make any changes. There's increase your time, but I think it's just okay. Once you post it, sure. But again, you can still correct it using another discussion topic. So once you post like so, you should be able to see your discussion subject and your name hapa venye mimi naona ya huyo, and by default ume subscribe to. If you subscribe, that means anytime mtu anakureply itaonesha. Nikisubscribe kwa hii ya Evan Jagi, mtu akireply Evan Jagi ama Evan Jagi ya post tena, itanipea notification yambe Evan Jagi posted. Then but by default I'll prefer to make it unsubscribe just to avoid a lot of pop-ups and notification. But if you want to do it, it's okay. If you add a discussion topic, it doesn't mean you can't add more. You can add as more as you want. Unaweza post hiyo ukafeel hapo sijajiintroduce mzuri, wacha nijiintroduce tena. It's no harm. You can still do it. Come put another subject and again post. It'll appear here. If I want to reply, I'll simply click on whoever I want to reply, discussion topic. Kama huyo Evan Jagi, I can click on Evan Jagi. So you'll be able to read first, then kuna option ya reply hapo chini. Meji post hapo, okay. I may answer all the questions as expected. You simply click on reply. So nikiklik reply, itanifungulia hapa write your reply. Na naandika kitu nataka kuandika bla bla bla, then I post. That will be a very simple reply. In case tunataka kureply, then unajipata ni wewe peke yako umepost, hakuna mtu mwingine, there is no harm, just leave it. At the end of the week, come and check again. Kama hakutakuwa na mtu mwingine ama kuna mtu mmoja, so you can't reply to 2 as required. During grading, it knows that you are not able to reply to 2 people because only 1 person posted, ama you are the only person who posted. So haitakunyima marks ya replying to a colleague. So you don't need to worry about that one. So that is the discussion, and that is the bigger part of this thing. Make sure hii kitu na nini ikikushinda sana unauliza tuko. And I'm hoping all of us understand English and Kiswahili because I'm mixing both. Ningeweza kuongea multiple languages, but again that would be a language barrier. Where else should we go? Oh, your profile iko hapa. Let me remove this thing down here. Hapa juu kuna notification in case every week utakuwa unapata email from the admin kukuambia tumeingia week 2 mtu yangu, umemaliza week 1, something of the sort. Sorry about this one. Every week you shall be getting emails, ama in case you get a yellow card, a red card, itakuwa inakunotify. You'll be receiving those emails via your email, ama ukikuja kwa your classroom, you'll be seeing them here. It's a notification. Huyu ana any. Ama nikiklik on notification, they'll be here. Kama iko moja hapa. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So you can read it from here and reply it from there, or go to your email, something@gmail.com ama @yahoo.com. Itakuwa imekuandikia mzuri, then reply from there. Ni sawa. Either way, reply itafika. Hapa juu you'll be seeing your picture. If you click, you'll be able to see your profile. Again, there's not much in your profile. Your profile is just your email, and to tell you your email is hidden from all non-privileged, which is okay. Course details, kama uko na mingi, they'll be there. If you want to use mobile app, instruction of how to use your mobile app ziko hapa under mobile app. Scan QR code, blah 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 blah. Yeah, but there's a shorter way you can reach that scanning this hour. But if you want to go the other way, those are in the instruction. You can read from there. Then if you want to log out again, it's the same down menu. You click on this one, kuna option ya log out. So once umemaliza una log out. Let me go back to my courses. So if you click my courses, then you click course unafanya, umeingia classroom. So anytime nitakuwa nakwambia go to your classroom, this is your classroom, not the other part. Once you're logging, you're not in the classroom. Once you click on your course, uko kwa classroom yako. Under your classroom, I was looking for this. On top, kuna grades. So in case tuko week 3, unataka kuangalia week 1 na 2 uliperform namna gani, ulichoma ama uko sawa sawa, you simply click on click on grade. Kama by default ni kitu moja tu pekee, which is introduce yourself. And by now mtu anang'ang'ana na sifuria ama ni nini. Mtu anashughulika na nini, si mute your mic. Unajua unapika, wengine tunalala njaa. Just mute your mic. It's okay, haina shida. Okay, so I was saying your grades, utakuwa able to view them from here. In terms of grade ni A, B na C peke yake, hakuna D. Ukiona umepata C wewe ndio uko mwisho. Ukipata B uko sawa sawa, ukipata A uko chonjo. And grading usually, because things are very easy, tuko na A, B na C. A ni if you score something 90 and above, that one is an A. If you score something 80 and 89, that one is a B. Then if you score something 70 to 79, that one is a C. Below that, mtu yangu kombaya. That is anything in 60s and below. Actually, if you get in 60s, that's when you get a yellow card. But it rarely happens because, again, it's very easy. So you can umepata yellow card, when because this system is for, you don't require much effort. Kidogo tu kama hii venye nimetype hivyo gibberish. Hai, hapo niko kwa B. Juku reply nisha reply yo mtu kamoja. Kupost nisha post, so kuna 50 plus 30. Niko na 80%, but I've posted the puts. That's how simple it is. Okay, so back to course. The rest of the stuff, I think when you tunasonga, I'll be able to notify you. So that was the introduction. Introduction ya Zoom meeting, you need to, you don't need that. Bora mnaniona hiyo introduction enough. Yeah, so again, we shall meet again on Wednesday. Then on Wednesday tutakimbiza vitu kidogo because ni basic. But in case tunakukimbiza, iko materials kidogo na notes tutapeana, unaweza soma baadaye. Then I really encourage all of us to do a lot of research. Ethical hacking is not just about networking. Kuna wale wanaitwanga scripters or scripting, but ile ya kuandika movie, because I know scripting is writing a movie. Scripting ni wale watu wameamua sisi tunatumia methods zetu, sword zimenolewa pande mbili. We don't use other people's softwares to do our gig. Mtu anaweza kama Cisco Packet Tracer is safe to install. Yeah, it's safe. Domain nitawatumia kwa group. If you can't see your profile picture, is very bad. You need to tell me you can't see your profile picture, because that one means you are either umelogin kwa account ya mtu ama mtu anatumia account yako. So you need to tell me, I correct that one. Make sure details zako zina match na your account. Iko swali lingine kweli? Cisco Packet Tracer, it's safe to install. Najua ukiklik kuinstall itakupea notification ya uko sure hii kitu iko sawa, but it's okay, you can install. Then kuna mbele part hapo itakuuliza something about configuration. Hapo unaweza kula pause usikue na haraka nayo. I think I'll mention next class about it. But for now, don't worry, you can simply just download and install it. Same to that draw.io. Draw.io by the way inatoka from official Microsoft store. So hiyo tu ni hakuna kazi unafanya, ni uklik link ikupeleke ufungue useme open ama install, ikuinstalle mbio. Yeah, after this session I think nitatuma the password na domain. Domain is very important. Kwa wale majamaa 9 tulianza nao that very first week. Hiyo domain iliwapea, achana na hiyo itafungua yes, but haina kitu. It will open, but I think I'll close it this week so that to avoid confusion. Nilikuwa nimesema tulikuwa na mtafash kidogo na watu wanafanya course mbili. Imagine you're doing 2 courses, that means you have to log in twice. But tumetoa kitu, you only have to log in once to access any course enroll hapa. Yeah, I think maswali imeisha. Meanwhile, let me type using this one. As I paste the domain here, iko watu wanataka kuaccess mbio, they can't wait, ni sawa. Anyone with a question by the way? Na ni leo tu naongea sana by the way. Next time ni kidogo na tunaguza practical. ethicohacking.modulecloud.com. Nimeandika mzuri. ethicohacking1. Yeah. Then ukinotice ukilogin hapo juu imekuandikia red team 1. Yeah, kuna groups kadhaa. Kuna groups mbili. Kuna what we call blue team and red team. But blue team wafanyi vitu nyingi mnafanya, they do a completely different stuff. We call actually there are only 4 guys. They do something we call network configuration. What usually happens, yeah, this one is correct. What usually happens in during penetration testing ama during ethical hacking, kuna kwanga watu tunaitanga defenders of a system. Defenders ni wale watu wanakuja wana make sure hiyo system iko ngumu. Wale watu kwa IBC wanawaitanga technical team. Wale wana make sure it cannot be hacked, haiwezi. Na kama itakuwa hacked, tunakushika, tunakunyongea kwa hiyo product. That is now blue team. They are the defenders of the system. Then red team, sasa sisi what we are learning, kazi yetu ni to make sure how defenders ikukue bure, wakue kama defenders wa Chelsea. Wakue kama like whatever they are doing is to inbox me about which stuff. Yeah. Ukiwa na swali juu hawezi login tu, ni WhatsApp inaweza kusaidia. That's only way unaweza ni access mimi ama the admin. I was saying red team kazi yenu now is to penetrate through a system. You make sure whatever defenders ama blue team walieka against all odds, mnapenya muingie ndani. Mkipenya muingie ndani mnaambia blue team tulia. Sasa kazi mmefanya ni bure. Mnaona hii kitu mlifaa kufanya namna hii. What I was saying documentation. You now advise blue team mnaambia you have really tried to defend this team but hamwezi. But sasa fanya hivi na hivi ndio mufike kiwango sisi tumefika ndio tukapenya. That is now the red team what you are doing. But you people you will meet we'll meet week 6. Week 1 mnafanya vitu yenyu. Week 1 pia part 1 wanafanya yao. Part 1 yenyu pia mnafanya tu yenyu. Week 6 ndio mnapatana. Hao wako na Ubuntu, nyinyi mtakuwa na Kali Linux. Nyinyi mnawachokoza tukisonga namna hiyo. Someone is asking if they should choose free for all ama for networks. I'll give you hapo kwa login credential hata mimi sina by the way. Naongoja admin anipe. Kuna login credential nitawapea, usikimbie mbio sana. But kuna option ya free. Usiklik free itakulimit. It will limit you in terms of those resources available. Unaweza pata uko free but ni cables tu zinafanya, computer haiwaki. So don't choose free. Wacha tu hapa, I'll give you the credential, the one you can use, the ones that are safe to use. Iko mtu na maswali ingine? Naona tuko na dakika 3 hapa na hii story tunaikata. I keep asking as I keep talking. Nilikuwa na explain, I was saying we shall meet with the blue team under week 6. na tutaifanya in steps, step by step. Each step tuna cover a number of things na tunasonga. Oh, kuna point nilikuwa na explain about scripting. Scripting ni wale watu wa malware. Unajua yetu tu ni kupenetrate kwa system na kuiba tu, ni kitu tunaiba na tunaenda. Hatuna haja na kuacha sijui code gani itafanya server fail sijui nini. No, we are not doing that. Ours is just to make sure we penetrate and we go away. Scripting, their work is to penetrate and do something malicious and disappear something and to cover your tracks. And I'll tell you this one for real. Hacking is very easy, but covering your step is the big deal. You can easily hack anyone, but how do you cover yourself so that if they come and find that someone was here, hakuna hizo le footprints, watasema ni huyu jamaa, ni huyu, angalia akitembea akienda. That is the harder part, but hacking generally is very easy, provided you understand how protocols work and how the world is moving in terms of technology, IT related of course. Kuna kitu tutafanya leo na nyinyi in a demonstration and it will work. You'll try it yourself, it will work. But after 3 months, if you try it, it won't work. Why? Because after some time unapata vitu zimechange. That's why software have something we call upgrade. Unasikia kuna upgrade. Wewe unafikiri mbona kuna upgrade? Sijui hiyo wamegundua iko na kashimo mahali wanafunika. Ndio wewe ukiupgrade ukue safe. Ukikataa ku upgrade inakupata. So we usually look at the weakness in this software. So once you know how to identify a weakness in a software, you are good. Hata ukiupgrade unaenda unawatafutia makosa ingine. And I'll tell this one for free before our 1 minute elapse. Hakuna system iko 100% safe. Hakuna, uongo hiyo. Ati wasema IBC iko safe, uongo. Bank gani iko safe, uongo. It's a lie. Every system has a weakness. Your work as an ethical hacker is to find that weakness and advise them. That's what we shall be doing. Before tupotee, can you hack a hacker? Akiwa msikizi, kama blue team wasipokuwa wachonjo, si tunapita na. You can. So guys, until next time, which is Wednesday, for now I think it's goodbye. Kama bado uko na swali, unaweza kuja inbox ukauliza. But until Wednesday, adios. Tupatane.